Welcome guys, welcome to today's video. I'm so glad you guys are here. Welcome to Just Be Creative. And welcome to Random Drawing Day Part 2, Day 2. The Random Drawing Day. So, let me turn my timer. And we're off. So, let me tell you something guys. I've been busy all this week, you know? I recently got a new game, well, I'm gonna talk to you about, just the randoms I want to talk about. I think I should talk about this. I'm gonna talk about a most important person in my life, my grandfather. Now, he was a wonderful man who used to babysit me, take care of me, you know. I love my grandfather very much. He was a really great man, you know. I mean, to come from Cuba, to come from Cuba to America, is very difficult back then. You know, because there was a lot of discrimination for immigrants back then. Now, as you can imagine, being immigrant means you have to be careful with certain people, you know. Because my grandfather knew that in America, they don't feel sorry for you if you're a foreigner. So he was pretty strict with his kids. Now, why was he so strict? He had to be. Because he knew that in America, they're not gonna feel sorry for you because you're a foreigner. In fact, most of them are back then were racist. You know, because you come from a foreign country, people think negatively towards you. You know. Well, back then. Nowadays, not so much, but it's still very seen somewhere around the world. You know, even I see it sometimes when I went to school. Because of my disability, I was made fun of my disability. No. You know, because of the way I talked back then, because I didn't start talking until I was 5 years old, guys. Now, it wasn't that I was nervous, it wasn't that I was scared, it was just that I didn't know what to say, you know. I didn't know how to say it, so I took speech therapy. You know? And anybody who's been in school before knows what I'm talking about here. When you get nervous, it's like your whole body freezes, you know? If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. So, anyway, my grandfather was a very good man. He was paid his bills on time, and he actually paid for his house. Back then, it was rent to own, and you just had to pay your rent on time. And the owner was so impressed, he just gave my grandfather the deed to the house. Well, that's his story, and I don't know the real story, so I really can't tell you. But you know, he was a very good grandfather. Well, to me at least, you know. His kids said he was too strict. You know, he didn't go out a certain amount of times. And hello, you had to be, because back then, if you had, I'm just working on this random drum here. Back then, if you weren't strict with your kids, they could run on anywhere, you know, get them just hurt or whatever, or worse. Of course, back then, you know, there wasn't as much laws for kids as there were in my mom's time, you know, back then, you know. Now there are a lot of laws protecting kids, but you know, back then it wasn't as well known. I mean, it was well known about, you know, kids going through tough times and stuff like that. You know, but you know, it wasn't as well known back then. At least I think. I don't really know. Now let's talk about me and my grandfather. Our relationship. He was like my best friend. My grandfather was like my best friend. You know, because he had to listen to what I had to say. He didn't ignore me or didn't think what I was talking about was dumb, or you know, You know, because he and I both love baseball. We both love baseball, so you know we had a good relationship. You know, I had a good relationship with my grandfather. Um, he was a very kind grandfather. He was like very listen to me. He would listen to me. Like one time I was being bored at school and I came home crying. My grandfather was the first one to say, you know, what is wrong with Jingo? Well, Jingo's what he called me back then. I don't know what it means, but I guess it's like a nickname or something. You know, what's wrong with Joshua? He went to my mom and she would say, oh, he's being bored at school. And he was like, what? I mean, he didn't, my mom had to translate from what I was saying, but he was really mad. But everybody loved my grandfather, especially the bus drivers and my bus drivers, because he would get the mangoes, you know, as a way to say thank you. We had a mango tree in our yard, so he would give them free mangoes for free, and free avocados too, you know. They were just grateful. They were like, oh, thank you so much. And my grandfather even became into translate for him. And he told him, you know, gracias uno jingo. You know, thank you for taking care of Joshua. You know, and he was very grateful to the bus drivers. And they'd be grateful too because they get free fruit and free avocados from my grandfather. And they didn't mind. They thought it was real sweet. So, in fact, I remember this one time my grandfather had to take me off the bus, and I had to tell the driver, my grandfather doesn't understand any English, so you have to be careful what you say to him. To the bus driver, like, you know. And the bus driver knew me. He said, don't worry, we understand. It's alright. They were just like, hello, sir. And he was just waving his hands, like, saying hi or whatever, you know. And, you know, I'm amazed with my grandfather. I mean, he worked in a sugarcane factory. He showed me what a sugarcane looks like, and it's really cool. Sugar actually comes from a plant called sugarcane. And what you do is to extract the sugar, you have to secret the plant and get all the sugar juice out. And my grandfather actually took one of the stalks and kept it. You know, I guess it's a memento or whatever. And what I find more amazing is that my grandfather had 3 boys, 3 girls. That's a big family. Can you imagine that many kids? Man, I wouldn't. Having that many kids around, like that'd be crazy, right? My uncle was the oldest, so he looked at the younger ones, and he would. And my aunt Mimi was the oldest too, and he would look at the sisters, my mom included, because my mom was the middle child, and you know. And having 3 sisters is like very difficult sometimes for her. I know that's the truth, especially with my aunts. Family is nuts. I gotta tell you. Of course, everyone has a weird family they have to deal with. I guess. That's just a normal thing, you know? Everybody's got a weird feeling what you gotta deal with, you know? Now you talked about your grandfather on your mom. Your mom said, what about your dad? What about your dad's father? What about your grandfather on your dad's side? I don't know much about him, unfortunately. I only met him once when I was really young, and I don't remember that much either. I do remember my aunts were very nice to me though when I was real little. Don't know if they're still around now, but I hope they're doing okay. You know, I hope my grandparents and my father are doing okay. You know, I hope they're doing all right. Now you talk about your grandfather in the past tense. What happened to him? Well, he passed away. My grandfather passed away. Some kind of medical reason. I don't know. It was something to do with malnutrition. They said. I don't know. Ugh. I miss him every day. Cause he was like my best friend. Oh, I'm just working on something here. Let me show you really quick. That's nice, isn't it? Isn't that nice? Doesn't it look cool? It looks cool, isn't it? Let me know if you can see it in the comments, okay? Because we are about out of time, guys, and I'm gonna let you guys go. So I'm gonna tell you guys, thank you for enjoying this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! See you later, my dudes. Adios! It's in Spanish. Adios! And we're done! We are done! See you guys next time.